Why do we dream? Is it merely random brain activity or something much more profound? If you've ever woken up from a vivid dream, heart racing, mind buzzing, you've probably asked yourself that question. It's almost impossible to ignore the sensation that there's something meaningful behind those strange and surreal images. But what if the answer isn't as simple as it's just your brain firing off random signals? What if our dreams are trying to tell us something deeper about who we are and what we're experiencing? Or could they be a key to unlocking some of the greatest mysteries of the human mind? For centuries, dreams have fascinated humanity. Across cultures, throughout history, people have looked to dreams for insight, for guidance, for answers to questions that have yet to be answered in the waking world. Ancient Egyptians believed that dreams were messages from the gods, while early Greeks saw them as pathways to knowledge. In other parts of the world, dreams were thought to be a portal to the future or a space where the soul roams freely. Whether viewed as divine signs or simple mental projections, one thing is clear: dreams have always held a profound place in human consciousness. But as science progressed, we began to see dreams through a different lens, no longer seen as mystical omens. Dreams came to be understood as the byproduct of our sleep cycle, mere consequence of the brain's natural rhythms. But is that really all there is to it? Are our dreams just the mind's way of keeping busy while we rest? Or do they serve a deeper, more meaningful purpose? This is where things get interesting. We've all had that dream, the one so vivid that it stays with us all day. A conversation with a long-lost friend, a flight through the skies, or maybe a run-in with something a little less familiar, a shadowy figure, an inexplicable event that leaves you wondering, what was that about? It's not just random, right? It's not. We feel it. There's a connection. But where does it come from? And, more importantly, what does it mean? Today, we're going to dive into the fascinating world of dreams. We'll explore their origins, how the brain creates them, and, most intriguingly, whether or not they serve a purpose beyond just entertainment for our subconscious mind. Do our dreams mean something? Are they a window into a hidden part of our consciousness? A place where our unresolved thoughts, desires, and fears come to life? Or are they merely the aftermath of a brain that needs to sort through the clutter of our daily lives? Scientists have been grappling with these questions for years. For a long time, the dominant theory was that dreams were just a byproduct of the brain's natural processes, an attempt to clean up information from the day. But what if it's not so simple? What if dreams have a function beyond what we can easily observe? Could they be an integral part of our mental health and overall well-being? Consider this. What if your dreams were offering you clues about your waking life? What if they were guiding you to make decisions you're too afraid to confront in your everyday reality? What if there's an entire world inside your head, an entirely separate universe, where your subconscious mind is speaking to you through images, symbols, and stories? We know that our brains are complex, that they're constantly at work, even when we think we're at rest. But the deeper question is, are they just passively processing data, or is something more happening during sleep, something that our waking minds fail to grasp fully? Could dreams be a way for our minds to process emotions, reframe memories, and even solve problems we didn't know we were facing? For centuries, people believed that dreams could predict the future, uncover hidden truths, or reflect our deepest desires. From the Bible to modern psychology, dreams have been interpreted as signs, prophetic, personal, or even psychological. But modern science tells us that dreams are the brain's way of organizing information. Yet, with every new discovery, every deep dive into the science of the sleeping brain, we're left with more questions than answers. Let's not ignore the sheer emotional impact dreams can have. A dream can linger long after we wake up, forcing us to ask ourselves, what did that mean? Why does the subconscious mind bring up these specific images or themes in our sleep? And what can they tell us about our waking lives? You've likely heard of the famous psychoanalyst Sigmund Freud, who suggested that dreams were the royal road to the unconscious. Freud believed that our dreams were deeply tied to our repressed desires, unresolved conflicts, and psychological needs. While Freud's theories are no longer widely accepted in their original form, they helped open the door to a more comprehensive understanding of why we dream and what they might mean. But there's more to it than just psychological theory. Modern neuroscience has uncovered a fascinating truth. The brain is just as active during sleep as it is when we're awake, if not more. The process of dreaming occurs mostly during REM, rapid eye movement sleep, the deepest and most active stage of sleep. This is when the brain is firing neurons as if it were awake, processing the day's events, revisiting old memories, and, according to some experts, even working through unresolved emotions. But that's not all. The more scientists study the brain, the more evidence emerges that dreams might have a much bigger role in our overall cognitive and emotional health. Could they be crucial to maintaining mental stability? Are they somehow linked to our ability to learn, to problem solve, or to regulate our moods? We know that dreams aren't just random bursts of electrical activity. They seem to follow certain patterns, often based on our emotions, experiences, and even the things we've been thinking about right before we fall asleep. So, when we wake up from a dream, whether it's a nightmare or a pleasant memory, it's almost as though our mind is giving us a message. But what are those messages? And can they really shape our waking reality? Is it possible that our dreams are trying to help us process emotions, solve problems, or even prepare for future events? Let's step back for a moment. Could there be something to this ancient belief that dreams are more than just random noise? As we continue to explore the fascinating science of sleep, we'll uncover a deeper layer to the mysteries of our minds. Maybe, just maybe, dreams aren't just the byproduct of a sleeping brain. Maybe they're much more, something we've yet to fully understand. So what if everything we've been taught about dreams is only the surface? What if the truth is more complex, more profound, and more intertwined with our emotional and cognitive well-being than we could have ever imagined? This isn't just about sleep. This is about the brain. This is about our minds, our memories, and our very sense of self. It's about the messages our subconscious mind sends us and the incredible, sometimes eerie, power of dreams. Sleep is an essential part of our lives, accounting for roughly a third of our existence. Yet, despite its importance, sleep remains one of the most mysterious and misunderstood phenomena in the human experience. While we sleep, our bodies rest and rejuvenate. But our minds do far more than just shut down. Sleep is a complex, active process made up of distinct stages, and it is during one of these stages, rapid eye movement, or REM sleep, that dreaming primarily occurs. Understanding the stages of sleep is crucial to comprehending why we dream. There are two primary types of sleep: non-rapid eye movement, NREM sleep, and REM sleep. NREM sleep accounts for about 75% of a typical night's sleep and is divided into 3 stages. These stages are characterized by progressively deeper levels of sleep. Stage 1. This is the lightest stage of sleep. You may still be aware of sounds and movements, and it's easy to be awakened. Stage 2. This is a slightly deeper stage, where your body temperature drops, your heart rate slows, and your brain waves become more synchronized. Stage 3. This is the deepest stage of NREM sleep, also called slow wave sleep, SWS, where the body repairs itself and restores energy. However, it's during REM sleep that dreaming comes to the forefront. REM sleep was first discovered in the 1950s by researchers Eugene Osorinsky and Nathaniel Kleitman, who found that the brain activity during this phase is strikingly similar to when we're awake, despite the fact that we're in a state of deep sleep. During REM sleep, the brain is active, processing memories and emotions, but the body experiences a form of paralysis, preventing us from physically acting out our dreams. This paradox, where the brain is working intensely but the body is motionless, forms the foundation of much of the intrigue surrounding dreams. In a typical night of sleep, we cycle through these stages multiple times, with each cycle lasting about 90 minutes. As the night progresses, the periods of REM sleep become longer, and thus, our most vivid and intense dreams tend to occur during the later stages of sleep. It's during REM sleep that our minds process emotions, consolidate memories, and perhaps even work through unresolved issues. The fascinating thing about dreams in REM sleep is that they don't adhere to the same logical structure as waking thoughts. Instead, they often appear fragmented, illogical, or surreal, leading us to wonder what exactly is going on in our minds during this time, while the exact function of dreams during REM sleep remains unclear. There is growing evidence suggesting that this stage plays a critical role in emotional regulation and memory consolidation. Some researchers even propose that dreaming serves as a sort of brain cleaning process, where the mind works through the day's experiences, emotions, and unresolved conflicts. Throughout history, dreams have captured the imagination and curiosity of humans, often interpreted as signs, omens, or even divine messages. The earliest records of dream interpretation come from ancient civilizations. The Egyptians, for example, believed that dreams were a means of communicating with the gods, and they often consulted dream interpreters to guide their decisions. The Babylonians and Greeks, too, held dreams in high regard, with figures like Homer referencing dreams in their literature as a way for gods to influence the world of humans. The practice of interpreting dreams became more formalized in the modern era, especially with the rise of psychoanalysis in the late 19th century. Sigmund Freud, often referred to as the father of modern psychology, revolutionized our understanding of dreams with his groundbreaking work, The Interpretation of Dreams, 1900. Freud proposed that dreams were the unconscious mind's way of expressing repressed desires, fears, and unresolved conflicts. For Freud, dreams were a royal road to understanding the hidden aspects of the psyche. He emphasized that the symbols in dreams often pointed to unresolved sexual and emotional issues, making them a powerful tool for psychoanalysis. Carl Jung, a contemporary of Freud, expanded on Freud's ideas but took a different approach. Jung believed that dreams were not just expressions of repressed desires, but also representations of the unconscious mind's attempt to achieve balance. He introduced the concept of the collective unconscious, a shared reservoir of archetypes and symbols that all humans, regardless of culture or background, possess. For Jung, dreams served as messages from the unconscious that helped individuals integrate their conscious and unconscious minds, guiding them towards self-realization. While Freud and Jung's theories dominated early 20th century thought, their work has since been critiqued and refined. Today, dream interpretation is a blend of psychological, neuroscientific, and cultural approaches. While some continue to view dreams through the lens of repressed desires and psychological conflict, others focus on the more biological and evolutionary functions of dreaming. Dreams have been interpreted in various ways, across different cultures and time periods. Ancient civilizations were particularly attuned to the mysterious nature of dreams and often sought to interpret their meaning. In ancient Greece, the philosopher Aristotle believed that dreams were simply the brain's way of processing sensory information accumulated during the day. However, others, like the philosopher Heraclitus, viewed dreams as a glimpse into the divine and the eternal. In many indigenous cultures, dreams were seen as portals to other realms or as a means of communicating with spirits. The Navajo, for example, believed that dreams were a space where one could interact with ancestors or spirits. And many Native American tribes viewed dreaming as essential for maintaining spiritual balance. In these cultures, dream interpretation wasn't just a matter of personal insight, but a vital tool for understanding the greater world and the forces at work within it. Across Asia, the cultural significance of dreams varies. In China, dreams have long been seen as the connection between the spiritual and physical realms. Ancient Chinese texts, such as the Zhuangzi, discussed dreams as a form of mysticism, offering insight into the nature of reality and the interplay between life and death. In Japan, dreams have been regarded as a form of Yum no Yu, a practice where individuals interpret dreams to determine future events or make decisions. In modern Western society, while scientific views dominate, the influence of cultural perspectives still persists. For example, in the realm of psychology, many therapists still integrate culturally specific dream interpretations into their practices. The belief that dreams are tied to unconscious desires, as proposed by Freud, has been critiqued. But the idea that they represent aspects of the self, both personal and collective, remains a common theme in various fields of psychology. The mystery of dreaming has persisted for centuries, and despite extensive research, we still don't have all the answers. Why do we dream? What purpose do dreams serve? Why are some dreams so vivid and others so forgettable? These are questions that continue to elude us. One reason dreams remain so mysterious is the complexity of the brain itself. The human brain is a staggering network of neurons and connections, and much of its activity during sleep is still poorly understood. While we know that dreams primarily occur during REM sleep, the exact mechanisms behind how they are formed and what they mean are far from clear. Unlike other brain functions, which can be measured and studied directly, dreams are subjective experiences, making them difficult to analyze in the same way we might study physical processes like digestion or heart rate. Another factor contributing to the mystery of dreams is the variety and unpredictability of the dream experience. While some people remember their dreams vividly, others recall little to nothing. Some individuals experience recurring dreams, while others dream in fragments or experience dreamless sleep. The content of dreams is also highly variable, with some people dreaming of mundane, everyday events and others experiencing bizarre, fantastical scenarios. This inconsistency makes it difficult to pinpoint a clear, universal function for dreaming, further deepening the mystery. Moreover, the function of dreams remains elusive because they may serve multiple purposes at once. Some scientists argue that dreams are a way of processing emotions, helping us cope with stress or trauma. Others believe that dreams help us consolidate memories or rehearse future scenarios. The idea that dreams could serve as a form of cognitive rehearsal allowing us to practice responding to potential threats or challenges, has gained traction in recent years. But despite these theories, the truth remains unclear, and the quest to understand why we dream continues. Science has made significant strides in understanding the process of dreaming, but much remains unknown. The discovery of REM sleep in the 1950s was a pivotal moment in the study of dreams, as it allowed researchers to study the brain's activity during sleep more closely. Since then, advances in and brain mapping have provided valuable insights into how the brain works while we dream. One of the most important findings in the study of dreams is that the brain does not simply turn off during sleep. Instead, certain areas of the brain become more active during REM sleep, particularly those involved in processing emotions and memories. This has led some scientists to suggest that dreams may play a role in emotional regulation and memory consolidation. However, despite these advancements, the question of why we dream remains unanswered. Some researchers argue that dreams are a byproduct of the brain's attempt to organize and integrate new information, while others believe that they serve a more specific function related to emotional processing or problem solving. While we have learned a great deal about the mechanics of dreaming, the true purpose of this mysterious activity continues to elude us. As we continue to explore the science of dreams, new technologies and research methods will undoubtedly provide further insights. Whether dreams are a product of the brain's need to consolidate memories, process emotions, or something else entirely, one thing is certain: the study of dreams will continue to captivate and challenge us for years to come. Sigmund Freud, the father of psychoanalysis, profoundly shaped our understanding of the human mind. One of his most enduring contributions is his theory of dreams, which he explored in his 1900 work, The Interpretation of Dreams. According to Freud, dreams are not just random occurrences, but are deeply connected to our unconscious desires, repressed emotions, and unresolved conflicts. For Freud, dreams serve as a kind of royal road to understanding the unconscious mind. Freud argued that during the day, we experience many thoughts and emotions that are suppressed because they are considered socially unacceptable, anxiety-provoking, or even traumatic. These repressed feelings are not simply forgotten, they are pushed into the unconscious, where they continue to influence our behavior. However, Freud believed that the unconscious mind doesn't simply let go of these desires and fears. Instead, it uses dreams to express them. According to Freud, dreams are the mind's way of fulfilling these hidden desires in a disguised, symbolic form. He introduced the concept of dream work, the process by which latent content, the hidden unconscious thoughts, is transformed into manifest content, the actual dream imagery and narrative we experience. The brain does this through mechanisms like condensation, where several ideas are merged into one, image and displacement, where emotions are transferred from a threatening object to a safer one. For example, if someone dreams of a snake, Freud might interpret this as a symbol of repressed sexual desires, a common interpretation in his theory. However, Freud's approach to dream analysis has been widely criticized over time. Many of his conclusions are based on interpretations that are too subjective, and critics argue that Freud overemphasized the sexual content of dreams and failed to provide empirical evidence for his claims. Nevertheless, his psychoanalytic theory paved the way for more modern, psychological explorations into the unconscious and continues to influence the way we think about the deeper layers of our psyche. Carl Jung, a contemporary of Freud, built upon and diverged from Freud's psychoanalytic theory, offering a more expansive view of dreams and their function. While Freud focused on individual desires and repressed emotions, Jung believed that dreams also connect us to a deeper, more universal layer of the unconscious, what he called the collective unconscious. Jung argued that, in addition to personal, unconscious material, humans share a collective unconscious that contains archetypes, primordial symbols and patterns of experience that are inherited and shared across all cultures. These archetypes, such as the hero, the shadow, and the wise old man, appear in dreams as recurring motifs and symbols that transcend individual experience. Jung believed that these symbols serve as bridges between the personal and collective unconscious, allowing individuals to tap into deep, universal wisdom. For Jung, dreams were not just a way of working through personal conflicts. They were also a means of connecting to the broader human experience. He suggested that dreams are a form of individuation, a process by which an individual becomes more fully themselves by integrating unconscious aspects of their psyche into their conscious life. Jung saw dreams as a natural part of this process, helping people confront aspects of themselves they may not be fully aware of, and guiding them towards psychological wholeness. One of Jung's most influential ideas was the notion of archetypal symbols in dreams. For example, a person dreaming of a wise old man might be encountering the archetype of the wise old man, a symbol of wisdom, guidance, and insight. This figure could represent an inner source of knowledge or wisdom that the dreamer is not fully conscious of. Jung's approach to dream interpretation goes beyond Freud's emphasis on sexual and repressed desires, offering a more holistic view of the human experience and the deep, archetypal symbols that shape our unconscious minds. While Jung's ideas have had a lasting influence on psychology, they are also controversial due to their lack of empirical support. Critics argue that the concept of the collective unconscious is difficult to test scientifically, making it a largely speculative theory. Despite this, Jung's archetypal theory continues to resonate with many people who seek to understand the deeper, symbolic meaning of their dreams and the unconscious forces that shape their lives. In contrast to Freud's and Jung's theories, which focused on symbolic meanings and unconscious desires, the activation synthesis theory presents a more biological, scientific explanation for dreaming. Proposed by researchers Alan Hobson and Robert McCarley in the 1970s. This theory posits that dreams are not the result of unconscious desires or symbolic messages, but rather the brain's attempt to make sense of random, neural activity that occurs during sleep. According to the activation synthesis theory, during REM sleep, the brain is highly active, firing off random electrical signals in various parts of the brain, particularly in areas related to memory, emotion, and sensory processing. These signals have no inherent meaning but are simply a byproduct of the brain's ongoing activity during sleep. The brain, however, is a meaning-making organ, always seeking to organize and make sense of information. So, when the brain experiences this random activity during sleep, it attempts to synthesize the signals into a coherent narrative, what we experience as a dream. In essence, dreams are like a story the brain creates by weaving together bits of memory, emotion, and random firing neurons into something that feels meaningful. This theory explains why dreams can often be bizarre, disjointed, or nonsensical, as they are a product of random neural firings rather than a carefully constructed narrative driven by deeper psychological or symbolic meanings. While the Activation synthesis theory is grounded in neuroscience and has provided valuable insight into the brain's activity during sleep. It has been critiqued for reducing dreams to mere noise and ignoring the emotional and cognitive significance that many people attach to their dreams. Critics argue that this theory does not fully account for the emotional intensity or the personal relevance of many dreams, and it fails to explain why certain dreams feel deeply meaningful, even if they don't make logical sense. The cognitive theory of dreaming proposes that dreams are closely linked to memory consolidation and the processing of emotions. Unlike the activation synthesis theory, which suggests that dreams have no inherent meaning, the cognitive theory argues that dreaming plays a critical role in organizing and storing memories, emotions, and experiences. This theory posits that during sleep, particularly in REM sleep, the brain processes the events and emotions of the day, integrating new information with existing knowledge. Dreams, then, are a byproduct of this memory consolidation process. They may reflect the brain's attempt to make sense of recent experiences, link new information with long-term memories, and process unresolved emotions. For example, a person who has experienced a stressful event might dream about it repeatedly as their brain works through the emotions and memories associated with that event. The cognitive theory suggests that dreams are not purely random or meaningless, but serve a functional role in cognitive processes. Dreams help us work through unresolved emotions, make sense of experiences, and solve problems. For example, some people report that they dream of a problem or challenge they are facing in their waking life, and through the dream, they may come to a realization or solution. This suggests that dreams might help us process complex emotions and make sense of the world around us. While the cognitive theory is widely accepted in psychology, it remains a work in progress, with many questions left unanswered. For example, why do we sometimes dream about seemingly random events or experiences that have no obvious connection to our waking life? And why do some dreams feel so profound or meaningful, even if they are not directly related to recent events? These questions continue to challenge researchers and scientists. In recent years, neuroscience has made significant strides in uncovering the biological mechanisms behind dreams. Advancements in brain imaging techniques, such as functional magnetic resonance imaging (fMRI), have allowed scientists to observe brain activity during sleep and to better understand how dreams are related to brain function, memory, and emotional regulation. Studies have shown that during REM sleep, the brain is highly active, particularly in areas involved in emotion and memory processing, such as the amygdala and hippocampus. This has led some researchers to propose that dreams are a way for the brain to process emotions, integrate memories, and regulate emotional experiences. In this sense, dreams may serve as a tool for emotional healing, helping to process feelings of anxiety, stress, or trauma. Recent research also suggests that dreams may play a key role in memory consolidation. When we sleep, our brain replays and reinforces memories, sorting through what we learned during the day and integrating it into our long-term memory. This process may explain why some dreams are linked to past experiences, memories, or unresolved emotional conflicts. Additionally, studies have shown that people who experience emotional distress or trauma may have more intense or frequent dreams, suggesting that dreaming helps the brain cope with and process emotional pain. While modern neuroscience has provided valuable insights into the brain's role in dreaming, many questions remain unanswered. For example, how does the brain decide which memories and emotions to prioritize during dreaming? Why do some people have vivid, complex dreams, while others experience only vague or forgettable ones? And why are some dreams so emotionally intense, while others feel distant or meaningless? Despite all the progress that has been made in understanding the science of dreaming, there are still many unanswered questions. While various theories offer valuable insights, they often focus on different aspects of dreaming, from the unconscious desires and repressed emotions of Freud's psychoanalysis to the random neural activity suggested by the activation synthesis theory. The diversity of theories reflects the complexity of the phenomenon itself. One of the biggest challenges in understanding dreams is their subjective nature. Dreams are personal, internal experiences that cannot be directly measured or observed in the same way. We can study other cognitive or physiological processes. This makes it difficult to draw definitive conclusions about why we dream and what purpose dreams serve. Furthermore, the emotional and psychological impact of dreams cannot be easily explained by any single theory. Dreams often feel deeply significant, even if they don't follow the logic or patterns we expect from conscious thought. This emotional resonance is one of the reasons that people continue to search for deeper meaning in their dreams, even in the face of scientific explanations that might suggest otherwise. Despite these challenges, the study of dreams continues to evolve, driven by new research and technological advancements. As we uncover more about the brain's role in dreaming, we move closer to understanding the true purpose of this mysterious, ancient phenomena. Memory consolidation is the process by which the brain organizes, stores, and strengthens memories from the day. We experience a constant influx of information throughout the day, from conversations and work tasks to the sensory stimuli we encounter in our environment. Without an effective system for organizing and retaining this information, it would be nearly impossible to recall important events or learn from experiences. Sleep and, in particular, dreaming plays a crucial role in this process. One of the most prominent theories regarding the function of dreaming is that dreams help consolidate and process memories. During sleep, particularly in the REM rapid eye movement phase, the brain is active in a way that resembles wakefulness. Studies using functional magnetic resonance, imaging fMRI, and electroencephalograms EEG have shown that brain regions involved in memory formation, such as the hippocampus and prefrontal cortex, are particularly active during REM sleep. This suggests that dreams may be a byproduct of the brain's attempts to organize and solidify memories. The process of memory consolidation happens across two key stages: stabilization and integration. During stabilization, the brain strengthens the connections between neurons involved in the formation of a memory. This is where the role of sleep and dreaming comes into play. As the brain works through memories in sleep, it helps form stronger neural connections, making it easier to recall specific memories in the future. In this stage, dreams often act as a cleaning up process, helping us revisit and integrate fragmented or incomplete memories into a more coherent whole. Memory integration, on the other hand, involves linking new memories with existing knowledge. It is believed that dreams help integrate new experiences with our long-term memory, making sense of our waking life. When we dream about events from the previous day or people we interacted with, it may reflect the brain's attempt to tie new experiences to memories and information already stored in the brain. This could help explain why we sometimes dream about ordinary, everyday events. Our minds are simply organizing and integrating information from the day. The idea that dreams are essential to memory consolidation is supported by studies showing that people who are deprived of REM sleep show deficits in learning and memory retention. In one experiment, individuals who were awakened during REM sleep struggled more with tasks requiring recall and problem solving than those who were allowed to complete a full sleep cycle. This reinforces the notion that REM sleep and the dreams that occur within it are vital for cognitive functioning and the retention of memories. In addition to memory consolidation, another widely accepted theory is that dreams play a significant role in emotional processing. The link between dreams and emotions can be traced to the fact that the brain's emotional centers, particularly the amygdala, are highly active during REM sleep. This suggests that dreaming may help the brain process unresolved emotions, making it a critical component of emotional regulation. When we experience strong emotions during the day, whether they are stress, joy, sadness, or anxiety, these emotions are not always fully processed at the time of the event. Instead, they may be stored in the brain in an unprocessed form. Dreams, especially those that feel emotionally intense, may serve as a mechanism for processing these unresolved feelings. By replaying these emotional experiences in a safe, symbolic environment, the brain may help us confront and integrate them. In fact, research indicates that REM sleep helps regulate emotional responses by acting as a form of emotional rehearsal. The idea is that through dreaming, we relive emotionally charged situations and refine our emotional responses. In doing so, we may process fear, anger, or sadness, gradually reducing their intensity and allowing us to cope better with similar experiences in the future. This explains why people who are dealing with trauma, anxiety, or stress often have vivid, emotionally intense dreams. The brain is actively working to process these emotions and help the individual heal. An example of this process can be seen in those who suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD. PTSD is characterized by intrusive memories, flashbacks, and nightmares related to traumatic events. Some psychologists believe that nightmares in PTSD sufferers may represent an unsuccessful attempt by the brain to process and resolve the emotional aftermath of trauma. In these cases, the brain continues to replay the traumatic event in the form of nightmares, making it difficult for the individual to integrate the experience into their broader life narrative. Therapy aimed at processing these emotions can sometimes help reduce the intensity of these dreams. In a more everyday context, dreams that involve anxiety or unresolved conflicts may help individuals deal with stressful situations. For instance, someone who is nervous about an upcoming interview might dream about being unprepared, but the brain may use this dream as a way to rehearse potential outcomes and confront the fear. As the brain revisits these situations in the dream world, it might reduce the emotional intensity of the situation, helping the individual face the real challenge with greater composure. Lucid dreaming refers to the experience of being aware that you are dreaming while the dream is taking place. In some cases, lucid dreamers are able to control aspects of their dream, from the setting to the actions of the characters within it. The phenomenon of lucid dreaming has fascinated researchers and dream enthusiasts alike, offering a unique glimpse into the potential power of the conscious mind during sleep. Lucid dreaming occurs most commonly during REM sleep, when brain activity is high. Interestingly, lucid dreaming involves increased activity in the prefrontal cortex, the area of the brain associated with higher cognitive functions such as self-awareness, problem-solving, and planning. This aligns with the idea that the conscious mind can, to some extent, become aware of and exert influence over the dream state. The experience of lucid dreaming varies greatly from person to person. Some lucid dreamers are able to fully control their dreams, manipulating the environment and interacting with dream characters as if they were in a waking state. Others experience only a faint awareness of being in a dream without the ability to control the narrative. For some, this newfound awareness can lead to intense, surreal experiences, while others use lucid dreaming as a tool for personal growth or problem solving. Some even use it for therapeutic purposes, such as confronting fears or working through unresolved emotions. There are techniques that can increase the likelihood of experiencing lucid dreams. One common method is called reality testing, where individuals repeatedly check whether they are awake or dreaming throughout the day. This habit can carry over into sleep, allowing the person to recognize when they are dreaming. Another technique involves keeping a dream journal, which helps increase dream recall and makes it easier to identify patterns and triggers for lucid dreaming. Although lucid dreaming is an exciting and empowering phenomenon, it is still not fully understood. Some researchers argue that lucid dreaming represents a form of mental dissociation, where the dreamer maintains some level of consciousness while the rest of the mind is in the dream state. Others suggest that it is simply an extension of the brain's capacity for self-reflection during sleep. Nightmares are vivid, frightening dreams that often cause distress and wakefulness. Unlike ordinary dreams, which may be unsettling but are generally not remembered upon waking, nightmares tend to leave a lasting impact. They can involve themes of fear, danger, or death, and are often associated with psychological distress. But what causes nightmares, and why do some people experience them more frequently than others? The psychological causes of nightmares are often tied to unresolved emotions, trauma, or anxiety. People who have experienced traumatic events, such as accidents, abuse, or the loss of a loved one, may be more prone to experiencing nightmares related to these events. For individuals with PTSD, nightmares may act as a manifestation of unresolved trauma, as the brain attempts to process the emotional aftermath of the event. Nightmares may also occur in response to anxiety or stress, such as worrying about a significant life event or facing an upcoming challenge. In addition to psychological factors, physiological changes can also contribute to the occurrence of nightmares. Research has shown that disruptions in sleep patterns, such as those caused by sleep apnea or irregular sleep schedules, can increase the likelihood of nightmares. The brain's heightened arousal during REM sleep may cause more vivid, emotionally intense dreams, leading to the experience of nightmares. Certain medications, alcohol use, and substance abuse have also been linked to an increased frequency of nightmares. While nightmares are often distressing, they can also provide insight into a person's emotional state. In some cases, nightmares may serve as an opportunity for the brain to confront and process unresolved fears or anxieties. However, persistent nightmares can lead to sleep disturbances, anxiety, and even depression if left unaddressed. Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, and techniques such as imagery rehearsal therapy, IRT, have been used to help individuals reduce the frequency and intensity of nightmares by teaching them how to replace negative imagery with more positive, controlled scenarios. Certain symbols and themes appear in dreams across cultures and individuals, suggesting that there may be universal elements of the dreaming experience. Some of the most common themes in dreams include flying, falling, being chased, losing teeth, and being naked in public. These recurring symbols have captured the interests of dream analysts and psychologists for decades, and researchers have attempted to understand why they appear so frequently in the dreams of different people. For example, Flying in a dream is often associated with a sense of freedom, empowerment, or escape. On the other hand, falling is frequently linked to feelings of insecurity, loss of control, or fear of failure. Being chased in a dream may indicate that the dreamer is avoiding a difficult issue, or is running from an emotional confrontation. Losing teeth is a common symbol of anxiety related to self-image, fear of aging, or feelings of inadequacy. Being naked in public can signify vulnerability, fear of judgment, or a sense of exposure. These common themes may be tied to basic human experiences and emotions. From an evolutionary perspective, many of these themes can be linked to survival instincts, flying as a metaphor for escaping danger, falling as a reflection of vulnerability, and being chased as a sign of threat. In this way, recurring symbols may serve as a reflection of the emotional and psychological challenges we face in our waking lives. Psychological theories, such as those proposed by Freud and Jung, also offer explanations for these common themes. For Freud, dreams represented the fulfillment of repressed desires, and these themes may be expressions of unconscious fears or desires. Jung, on the other hand, suggested that recurring symbols and themes represent archetypes that are embedded in the collective unconscious and reflect universal human experiences. Thanks to advances in modern imaging technology, such as fMRI and EEG, scientists have been able to observe the brain's activity during sleep, providing unprecedented insight into the processes that occur during dreaming. These technologies have allowed researchers to study the brain's activity in real time, revealing which regions are active during different stages of sleep. During REM sleep, brain activity increases significantly in areas involved in processing emotions, memories, and sensory experiences. For example, the amygdala, a region associated with emotional responses, is highly active during REM sleep, which may explain why dreams are often emotionally charged. The hippocampus, which is involved in memory formation, also shows significant activity during REM sleep, supporting the idea that dreams play a role in memory consolidation. Interestingly, while the brain is highly active during dreaming, certain areas of the brain, such as the prefrontal cortex, which governs logical thinking and decision-making, are less active. This explains why dreams often seem illogical or irrational without the influence of the prefrontal cortex. The brain is free to explore emotions, memories, and fantasies without being bound by rationality. These findings are helping scientists better understand the biological underpinnings of dreaming and its connection to memory, emotion, and consciousness. However, much remains unknown about the full purpose of dreaming, as brain imaging technology continues to advance. We can expect even deeper insights into the mysteries of the dreaming mind. Mental health and dreams are intricately connected, with dreams often serving as a reflection of an individual's emotional and psychological state. In many ways, dreams act as a mirror to our subconscious, revealing what we are unwilling to confront during our waking hours. For those struggling with mental health challenges such as stress, anxiety, and trauma, dreams may play an essential role in processing unresolved emotions and experiences. The connection between dreams and mental health can be traced to the way dreams help individuals manage emotions. Dreams are theorized to serve as a mechanism for emotional regulation. In particular, during REM sleep, the brain replays emotional experiences, working through feelings of distress and anxiety. By confronting these emotions in a safe, symbolic environment, the brain helps the individual manage and reduce emotional burdens. For individuals experiencing high levels of stress or anxiety. Dreams can become a space for the mind to process and resolve these emotional conflicts. In these dreams, individuals may revisit stressful events or troubling situations, but in a way that allows them to reflect on or even change the outcome. This emotional rehearsal helps the individual mentally prepare for real-world challenges, often resulting in a sense of emotional catharsis or relief. This phenomenon is sometimes referred to as dream therapy. When it comes to trauma, dreams play an even more critical role. Trauma survivors, particularly those with post-traumatic stress disorder (PTSD), often experience vivid nightmares related to their trauma. These nightmares are not just random or coincidental, but represent the brain's attempt to process and make sense of the traumatic event. PTSD-related nightmares can cause significant distress, but they may also be part of the brain's attempt to confront and integrate the traumatic experience. Over time, with the proper therapeutic interventions, the frequency and intensity of these nightmares can decrease as the trauma is processed more thoroughly, while dreams can serve as a powerful tool for emotional processing. They can also exacerbate mental health issues when unresolved trauma, anxiety, or stress lingers. Nightmares and disturbing dreams can lead to a cycle of anxiety and poor sleep, further hindering the individual's ability to cope. This underscores the importance of addressing emotional and psychological health, not just through conscious efforts like therapy, but also by acknowledging the vital role that dreams play in processing mental health issues. Sleep disorders, such as insomnia and sleep apnea, can have a profound impact on the quality and nature of dreams. These conditions not only disrupt the sleep cycle, but also alter the brain's ability to enter the critical stages of sleep where dreams primarily occur, such as REM sleep. As a result, individuals with sleep disorders may experience more vivid, disturbing, or even bizarre dreams. Insomnia is characterized by difficulty falling or staying asleep, often leading to fragmented sleep cycles. When individuals with insomnia do manage to fall asleep, their REM sleep is often delayed or shortened. This disruption can result in fewer opportunities for dreaming, leading to less restorative sleep. However, when individuals with insomnia do experience REM sleep, their dreams tend to be more intense and emotionally charged, possibly due to the stress and anxiety caused by the inability to sleep. Insomniacs may experience nightmares or vivid dreams that reflect their emotional state. As the body struggles to process stress during sleep, the relationship between sleep apnea and dreams is also significant. Sleep apnea is a condition in which an individual's breathing is repeatedly interrupted during sleep, causing frequent awakenings and a lack of deep sleep. These interruptions disrupt the natural progression through the sleep stages, including REM sleep. Consequently, individuals with sleep apnea often experience more fragmented dreams and may struggle to recall their dreams upon waking. When REM sleep is achieved, however, sleep apnea sufferers can experience intense and bizarre dreams, sometimes linked to the feeling of suffocation or inability to breathe. Interestingly, some research suggests that individuals with sleep apnea are more likely to report nightmares and night terrors, particularly during the periods when their breathing is most disrupted. The lack of oxygen to the brain can trigger physiological responses that influence the emotional tone and intensity of dreams. These dreams often involve themes of danger, fear, or helplessness, mirroring the physical experience of struggling to breathe during an apnea episode. Both insomnia and sleep apnea demonstrate how disruptions to the natural sleep cycle can influence the nature of dreaming, often making them more vivid, emotional, or unsettling. These conditions highlight the delicate relationship between sleep and emotional health, as well as the role that uninterrupted sleep plays in ensuring a balanced and healthy dreaming process. One of the most fascinating aspects of dreaming is its potential to inspire creativity. Throughout history, many great artists, writers, scientists, and innovators have credited their dreams with inspiring some of their most groundbreaking ideas. From the famous stories of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, which reportedly came to her in a dream, to Paul McCartney's composition of Yesterday, which emerged from a dream. The connection between dreaming and creativity is well established. Research into the link between dreams and creativity has shown that the brain's creative potential is heightened during sleep. During REM sleep, the brain processes emotions, memories, and experiences in ways that are not bound by the constraints of logic or rationality. This free-flowing thought process allows the brain to make unique connections between unrelated ideas, leading to novel insights and creative breakthroughs. Dreaming enables the mind to break free from the logical structures and constraints that dominate waking thought, leading to a more fluid and inventive process. One key mechanism behind the link between dreams and creativity is the brain's ability to integrate disparate pieces of information during sleep. As we process the information and experiences from the day, the brain links and reconfigures memories, allowing us to see connections we may not have noticed while awake. This process, called incubation, often leads to the sudden appearance of novel ideas or solutions to problems that have been troubling us in the waking world. Additionally, the brain's heightened emotional processing during REM sleep may help explain the deep emotional resonance that many creative works have. By working through unresolved feelings, dreams provide a space for emotional expression, which can later be channeled into creative endeavors. In fact, many artists and musicians have reported experiencing intense emotional dreams that later influence their art, whether it be in the form of paintings, compositions, or literary works. The phenomenon of lucid dreaming also has potential applications in the creative process. Lucid dreamers, who are aware that they are dreaming, can sometimes control aspects of their dreams. For creative individuals, this ability to shape their dreams might offer a new avenue for exploring and experimenting with new ideas in a space free from external constraints. While the relationship between dreams and creativity is still not fully understood, it's clear that dreams provide a fertile ground for innovation. Many breakthroughs, whether artistic or scientific, have occurred in the midst of dreaming, suggesting that the unconscious mind plays a crucial role in the creative process. Advancements in technology have revolutionized our understanding of dreams, opening up new avenues for research and exploration. In the past few decades, brain imaging technologies such as functional magnetic resonance imaging (fMRI), electroencephalography (EEG), and positron emission tomography (PET) have allowed scientists to observe brain activity during sleep, providing valuable insights into how dreams are formed and how they relate to various cognitive and emotional processes. One of the most exciting developments in dream research is the ability to map brain activity during REM sleep. Using fMRI and EEG, scientists can now observe which parts of the brain become active during different stages of sleep, allowing researchers to make more precise connections between brain function and the dreaming process. These technologies have enabled researchers to study how specific brain regions, such as the amygdala involved in emotional processing and the hippocampus involved in memory, contribute to the formation of dreams. For example, studies have shown that emotional and memory-related brain regions are highly active during REM sleep, suggesting that dreams may play a role in processing emotions and consolidating memories. In addition to neuroimaging techniques, artificial intelligence (AI) is being increasingly used to analyze dreams. AI-assisted dream analysis involves the use of natural language processing algorithms to interpret and categorize dream content based on reported descriptions. This technology can help researchers identify recurring themes, symbols, and emotions in large data sets of dream reports, allowing for a more systematic analysis of dream patterns across different populations. Furthermore, advancements in sleep monitoring technologies have made it possible to study dreams in real time, providing more accurate data on the sleep cycle and dream characteristics. Wearable devices that monitor brain waves, eye movement, and muscle activity during sleep offer researchers a non-invasive way to track dream states and correlate them with physiological responses, such as heart rate and breathing patterns. These technological advances have propelled dream research into the modern era, enabling scientists to probe deeper into the mysteries of the dreaming brain. However, while these tools have greatly expanded our understanding, many questions remain unanswered. As technology continues to evolve, so too will our ability to decode the complexities of dreams. The growing capabilities of technology to monitor, analyze, and even influence dreams raise significant ethical questions. The idea of decoding dreams or controlling them through technological means presents a range of potential benefits and concerns. While dream research has the potential to enhance our understanding of mental health, creativity, and cognitive function, it also poses risks related to privacy, autonomy, and consent. One of the key ethical concerns surrounding dream analysis is the potential for mind control. With advancements in neural technologies, it's becoming increasingly possible to influence the content of a person's dreams. This raises the question, should we have the right to control our dreams? If, in the future, we can use brain stimulation or AI to direct the content of our dreams, could this lead to unwanted manipulation or even exploitation of the unconscious mind? Additionally, the ability to decode dreams could have profound implications for personal privacy. Dreams are inherently private experiences, and the idea of technology being able to access, record, or interpret our most intimate thoughts while we sleep raises concerns about surveillance and data security. Would individuals be able to safeguard their personal dream experiences, or would they be vulnerable to invasive analysis by corporations, governments, or other entities? Another consideration is the potential for misuse in therapy or treatment. While some might argue that controlling or interpreting dreams could benefit individuals in managing trauma or improving mental health, others warn that it could lead to over-reliance on technology or the manipulation of vulnerable individuals in therapeutic settings. As technology advances, we will inevitably face a delicate balance between the potential benefits of dream research and the ethical implications of manipulating or analyzing the mind's most private space. The future of dream technology will require careful consideration of these ethical challenges, ensuring that technological advances are used responsibly and with respect for personal autonomy. Dreams have long been a compelling subject in popular culture, captivating audiences through movies, books, and television shows. Their ability to blur the lines between reality and fantasy, as well as their potential to tap into deep emotions and unresolved conflicts, makes dreams a powerful tool for storytelling. From surreal narratives to psychological thrillers, dreams are often used in popular culture to explore themes of identity, perception, and the subconscious mind. One of the most famous films that explore the concept of dreams is Inception 2010. Directed by Christopher Nolan, the movie centers around a team of extraterrestrials who enter people's dreams to steal secrets from their subconscious. In Inception, dreams are portrayed as layers within layers, creating an intricate narrative where reality and dreamscapes intertwine. The concept of shared dreaming is a central theme, with characters navigating complex dream worlds where the rules of time, space, and logic no longer apply. Inception delves into the philosophical implications of dreams, asking questions about the nature of reality and whether our waking lives are truly any more real than our dreams. The movie became an instant classic for its mind-bending approach to the dream world and its exploration of memory, guilt, and human consciousness. Similarly, The Matrix, 1999, directed by the Wachowskis, uses the concept of dreams to explore themes of reality and perception. The movie presents a dystopian world in which humans unknowingly live in a simulated reality created by artificial intelligence. The protagonist, Neo, learns that the world he perceives as real is merely an illusion, similar to a collective dream. Much like Inception, The Matrix blurs the lines between dream and reality, using the dreamlike simulation to explore philosophical questions about free will, consciousness, and the nature of existence. Both films have had a profound impact on popular culture, influencing how we think about the subconscious, technology, and the boundaries between dreams and reality. Beyond films, dreams also play a significant role in literature. One of the most famous works exploring dreams is Lewis Carroll's Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, 1865. The novel presents a surreal and nonsensical world where the rules of logic and reason are turned upside down, much like a dream. Alice's journey through Wonderland is often interpreted as a reflection of the chaotic and unpredictable nature of dreams, where strange characters and fantastical events unfold without any clear structure. The book remains a beloved classic, with its dreamlike narrative sparking discussions about the fluidity of reality, identity, and perception. In contemporary literature, dreams continue to be a central theme in genres such as magical realism and fantasy. Works like Haruki Murakami's Kafka on the Shore 2002 use dreams and dreamlike sequences to explore the inner workings of the human psyche. Murakami's novels often feature characters who are deeply connected to their dreams and the mysteries they contain. In these stories, dreams are not just a product of the subconscious, but a pathway to understanding one's deeper emotions, desires, and fears. Television shows, too, have explored the concept of dreams. One of the most notable examples is Twin Peaks 199-01991. Created by David Lynch, the series blends the supernatural with the everyday, and dreams play a significant role in the narrative. The characters in Twin Peaks often experience strange and cryptic dreams that seem to offer clues about the murder mystery at the heart of the show. These dreams are surreal and symbolic, forcing the viewer to question their meaning and the nature of reality within the show. Lynch's work, particularly in Twin Peaks, has made a significant impact on how dreams are depicted in popular culture, using them as a tool for mystery, emotional depth, and surrealist exploration. In these examples, dreams are not just a plot device. They are integral to the larger themes of the work, whether they are used to question the nature of reality, explore human consciousness, or dive into emotional and psychological depths. Dreams in popular culture continue to serve as a rich source of intrigue and fascination. They allow storytellers to explore complex themes in an abstract and visceral way, tapping into universal experiences and emotions that resonate deeply with audiences. In recent years, the advent of social media and online communities has led to a new wave of interest in dreams, as people share their dreams and seek interpretations from others. Dream-sharing platforms, forums, and social media groups have become spaces where people from around the world come together to discuss their dreams, explore common symbols, and seek meaning in their nocturnal experiences. These platforms offer an outlet for individuals to connect with others who share similar experiences and provide a sense of community and validation. On platforms like Reddit, there are dedicated subreddits such as Our Dream where users post their dreams and ask for interpretations. These communities provide a space for people to share their dreams in a non-judgmental environment, where others can offer insights based on various symbolic interpretations. These interpretations often draw on psychological theories, cultural symbols, or personal experiences. The shared language of symbolism becomes a tool for individuals to explore their dreams and perhaps gain a deeper understanding of their emotional or psychological states. The rise of dream sharing has also led to increased interest in the symbolic meanings of dreams. People often look to shared interpretations of common symbols such as falling, flying, or being chased to better understand their dreams. For example, flying dreams are commonly interpreted as a symbol of freedom or release, while falling dreams are often associated with feelings of insecurity or fear of losing control. These interpretations vary depending on the cultural context, personal experience, and even the dreamer's waking life situation. Additionally, some platforms use AI or algorithm-based tools to provide automated dream interpretations. For instance, apps like Dreamboard and Dream Moods allow users to log their dreams and receive interpretations based on a large database of dream symbols. While these interpretations are not as personalized as those provided by human interpreters, they offer a starting point for individuals to think about their dreams and the emotions they evoke. The process of dream sharing and interpretation can have a therapeutic effect. Many people find comfort in knowing that their dreams are not unique in their strangeness or symbolism, and that others have had similar experiences. It can be a way to gain insight into unresolved emotions, thoughts, and anxieties. Dream-sharing communities offer a sense of connection, allowing people to feel less alone in their exploration of the subconscious mind. However, there are some concerns about the accuracy and legitimacy of online dream interpretations. While many interpretations are based on established psychological and cultural theories, the subjective nature of dreams means that there is no one-size-fits-all explanation. Dream interpretations are often influenced by personal beliefs, experiences, and cultural contexts, which may not always resonate with the dreamer's individual situation. Dreams continue to captivate the public's imagination. The mystery of why we dream, what our dreams mean, and how they connect to our waking lives has sparked an ongoing fascination with the subconscious mind. People have long been intrigued by the idea that dreams offer a window into hidden aspects of the psyche, providing insight into unresolved conflicts, desires, and fears. For centuries, dreams have been seen as messages from the divine or the unconscious, offering glimpses into the future or providing answers to questions that cannot be answered in the waking world. The belief in the power of dreams is not confined to any one culture or era. Across the globe, dreams have been interpreted as omens, prophecies, and reflections of the inner self. Even in modern times, when science and psychology offer more rational explanations, dreams continue to intrigue and inspire. This public fascination with dreams is reflected in the growing interest in dream analysis and the increasing popularity of dream-related content in media. People actively seek to understand their dreams through books, online resources, and even professional dream analysts. Authors such as Carl Jung and Sigmund Freud have made lasting contributions to our understanding of dreams, and their theories continue to influence the ways in which we interpret and understand our dreams today. Additionally, the rise of dream-related apps, podcasts, and online platforms has made it easier for people to delve into the world of dreams. People are more inclined to explore their dreams and seek interpretations, often driven by the belief that understanding their dreams can offer valuable insights into their waking lives, whether through the lens of psychology, spirituality, or personal growth. The quest to understand dreams remains a central element of human curiosity. This fascination with dreams can also be seen in the rise of lucid dreaming as a hobby or practice. People are increasingly interested in gaining control over their dreams, using lucid dreaming as a tool for self-exploration, personal development, or even creative problem-solving. The idea that we can consciously navigate the dream world speaks to a deep-seated desire to understand and influence the unconscious mind. Despite decades of research, the true purpose and meaning of dreams remain elusive. While there is broad agreement that dreams play a role in memory consolidation, emotional regulation, and problem solving, there is still significant debate in the scientific community about why we dream and what specific functions dreams serve. Various theories about the purpose of dreams have been proposed, but no single explanation has been universally accepted. One of the key controversies in dream research is whether dreams are simply a byproduct of brain activity during sleep, or whether they serve a deeper psychological or emotional function. The activation synthesis theory, for example, suggests that dreams are a random brain activity with no inherent meaning, while theories like Freud's psychoanalytic approach argue that dreams are a reflection of unconscious desires and unresolved conflicts. Other theories, such as the cognitive theory, emphasize the role of dreams in memory consolidation and emotional processing, suggesting that dreams help us make sense of our experiences. Another point of contention is the role of symbolism in dreams. While some psychologists, particularly those influenced by Freud and Jung, argue that dreams are rich with symbolic meaning, others contend that this interpretation is too subjective and speculative. The lack of empirical evidence to support the idea that dreams contain universal symbols has led some researchers to question the validity of symbolic dream interpretation. Furthermore, the highly personal and cultural nature of dream symbols means that interpretations can vary widely, making it difficult to draw definitive conclusions. These debates highlight the complexity of the dreaming process and the challenges that researchers face in trying to understand its true purpose. As technology advances and our understanding of the brain deepens, it is likely that new discoveries will continue to shape the conversation around dreams, adding new layers to our understanding of this mysterious phenomenon. As research into dreams continues to evolve, the average person can expect a more profound understanding of the mechanisms behind dreaming and how they influence our waking lives. Advances in neuroscience, particularly brain imaging technologies, are already providing valuable insights into the brain's activity during sleep. As these technologies become more sophisticated, we may be able to pinpoint exactly how and why certain dreams occur, and what role they play in our emotional and cognitive development. Furthermore, the growing interest in lucid dreaming may lead to greater exploration of how we can consciously influence and control our dreams. Techniques for inducing lucid dreams are becoming more popular, and some researchers are studying ways to use lucid dreaming for therapeutic purposes, such as overcoming phobias or processing trauma. As we reach the end of our exploration into the fascinating and enigmatic world of dreams, it's clear that dreams continue to hold a special place in human culture, science, and imagination. We've navigated through the history of dream interpretation, examined scientific theories about their purpose, and delved into the emotional and psychological impact of dreams on mental health and creativity. But despite all the research and analysis, the question remains: why do we dream? Throughout this journey, we've uncovered many layers of understanding. From Freud's psychoanalytic theory, where dreams serve as a manifestation of unconscious desires, to Jung's idea of dreams as a means of connecting with the collective unconscious, we've seen the activation synthesis theory, which explains dreams as a product of random neural activity, and the cognitive theory, which links dreams to memory consolidation and emotional regulation. We've also explored the increasing role that modern neuroscience plays in our understanding of how and why dreams occur, shedding light on the brain's activity during sleep and offering insights into how dreams help process our emotions and memories. Despite the rich array of theories, one thing remains certain: we still do not fully understand the nature and purpose of dreams. There are countless aspects of dreaming that continue to elude us. For instance, why do we experience some dreams with intense emotional resonance, while others are barely remembered? Why do certain themes, such as flying, falling, or being chased, appear so often in our dreams, across different cultures and individuals? And, most intriguingly, why are dreams often so surreal, irrational, and hard to interpret? Though we have made tremendous strides in dream research, the full purpose of dreaming still lies beyond the grasp of scientific explanation. In the pursuit of understanding the brain and consciousness, dreams remain one of the most elusive phenomena, challenging our understanding of both sleep and the mind itself. What is it about dreams that continues to captivate us, generation after generation? Despite the scientific progress we've made, there's something inherently magical and mysterious about dreams that resists complete explanation. And perhaps, in many ways, this is part of their allure. Even as we dissect the biological mechanisms behind dreaming, we must acknowledge that dreams, like much of the subconscious mind, will always retain an element of mystery. The surreal landscapes, bizarre scenarios, and emotions that dreams evoke seem to transcend the logic of our waking world. They offer glimpses into a part of our consciousness that remains veiled, hidden behind the curtain of sleep. The fact that we can have vivid, fantastical experiences in our dreams that defy the laws of physics, time, and reason makes them feel almost otherworldly. It's as though we are temporarily released from the constraints of reality, transported to a world where anything is possible, and everything is fluid. The magic of dreams is not just in the stories they tell or the symbolism they contain, but in the fact that they are a part of a deeply personal and subjective experience. No two people experience the same dream in exactly the same way, even if we share common symbols and themes. Each individual's interpretation of those dreams is shaped by their emotions, experiences, and unconscious mind. Dreams allow us to tap into the rich tapestry of our psyche. And even as science uncovers more about the brain's role in dreaming, there will always be an intangible element that keeps dreams just beyond our full understanding. Perhaps this is why we continue to be fascinated by dreams. They offer us a glimpse into a world that we cannot fully control or comprehend. A realm where our innermost thoughts, desires, and fears come to life. It's in this mystery that dreams maintain their magic. The true purpose of dreams might always remain partly hidden, and that's okay. The inability to fully explain them is what makes them so captivating and timeless. While we may not have all the answers to the mysteries of dreaming, our journey through this subject has hopefully sparked curiosity and wonder about the mind, the brain, and the subconscious world that we explore every night. Dreams are not just a passive experience. They are an active part of the human condition, offering valuable insights into our emotional lives, creativity, and mental health. As we continue to delve deeper into dream science, we can expect to uncover even more about the complex interplay between sleep, memory, emotion, and consciousness. Neuroscientists, psychologists, and even dream researchers are constantly refining their theories and utilizing new technologies to understand how our brains create these vivid experiences. The future of dream research promises even more groundbreaking discoveries, with potential applications for everything from mental health treatment to creativity and innovation. But even as science pushes forward, it's important to remember that some aspects of dreams may always remain beyond our comprehension. The nature of consciousness itself is still one of the greatest mysteries in science, and dreams are intimately connected to that mystery. Perhaps the answer isn't in fully understanding dreams, but in appreciating their ability to stretch the boundaries of what we know about the mind. The ongoing exploration of dreams will continue to fuel our collective curiosity, inspiring us to ask deeper questions about the brain, the self, and the universe we inhabit now. As we reach the end of our exploration, I'd love to hear from you. What do you think about dreams? Do you believe they have a deeper meaning, or are they just random brain activity? Have you ever had a dream that left you with an unforgettable impression? One that seemed to carry a message or reveal something about yourself? I invite you to share your weirdest or most intriguing dreams in the comments below. Let's start a conversation about the mysteries of our subconscious minds. Do you have recurring symbols or themes in your dreams? Perhaps you've experienced lucid dreaming or have had a particularly intense nightmare. The beauty of dreams is that they are universal, yet uniquely personal to each of us. And hearing about others' experiences can deepen our understanding of this fascinating phenomenon. Moreover, if you've been intrigued by this journey into the world of dreams, I encourage you to continue exploring. There are countless resources, books, and studies dedicated to the science and art of dream interpretation. The more we learn, the closer we may come to understanding the role dreams play in our lives and minds. And who knows, perhaps in the future, you'll unlock a deeper connection to your own dreams that will lead to new insights, both about yourself and the world around you. As we close, let's leave you with a thought. Perhaps we'll never fully understand why we dream, but isn't that the beauty of it? Dreams are the ultimate mystery of the mind, a puzzle that continues to intrigue and inspire. No matter how much science uncovers, there will always be an element of dreams that remains beyond our grasp. And maybe, just maybe, that's what makes dreams so remarkable. They remind us of the complexity of our consciousness and the boundless possibilities of the human mind. So, As you close your eyes tonight, remember, you're stepping into a world of infinite mystery. Perhaps you won't remember every detail when you wake up, but rest assured, your brain is working through emotions, memories, and ideas in ways that we're only beginning to understand. Whether or not you can recall every dream, the experience of dreaming is a reminder that the mind is vast, complex, and full of wonder. In the end, isn't that the greatest mystery of all? Thank you for joining me on this journey into the world of dreams. Until next time, sweet dreams.